Hannah Oli, Pop Roxx Radio. Estás escuchando Jamie Roxx de Pop Roxx Radio. Manténganse al tanto.
Hej, det här är Hits från Sverige och ni lyssnar till Pop Roxx Radio med Jamie Roxx.
So I'm your host, pop art painter Jamie Roxx, and this is the show. You found it. Sure, I'm glad you did. As are our advertisers. Remember to continue to support them. The internet economy has trickled down. What that means is when you support these advertisers, well, it gives them incentive to keep sending checks, and part of those checks will trickle down to me. And my weird dog appreciates it because she has to have that special. That's a whole other show. Anyhow, I'm super excited tonight, folks. Super excited. One of my favorite people in entertainment is on again. Returning guest. I just love her to death. She's cool, turned up to 10. And without further ado, let's welcome Paytra. Paytra.
Hello.
How are you?
Good. How are you? I'm so excited to be here again. Thank you for inviting me back after the last time. I didn't scare you.
Yeah, obviously. Anytime, man. Anytime. For those who don't know, Paytra is bi-coastal now. She's moved on up in the world. But we originally are from the same stomping grounds in Southeast Michigan, old Detroit. And yeah, that should resolve itself there, Paytra. Not Detroit, ladies and gentlemen. A little thing just popped up on our screen.
Oh, yeah.
And, it did. Like I said, it's
Oh, no.
just...
I'm back.
Anyhow. Yeah, Detroit was the cool thing.
I can see you.
And we lost Paytra, but she'll be back. Paytra, can you see me? I can't see you. Okay. It's all good. Okay. I'm sure it's recording you, so I'm not. I think you're fine. I think everything's being recorded fine, and if not, we'll put a big picture of you up. It ain't like you don't have 8,700 of them on Instagram. Hey, we have links below, everybody, and you're going to want to share and check out. Paytra is a mistress of social. She's on.
I go through periods
How often do you
where I'm
put
like,
out,
okay, I need like a little break. Not like a
daily?
full break, but like 1 or 2, 3 a week. But I'm gearing up for another project. So we're back to posting 1 or 2 times a day. We're going to do it. We're going to make it fun.
I gotcha. Man, I got sucked into that doing the YouTube reels real bad. And not just watching them. I watch them too much. My wife is telling me, quit sending me reels. But they're funny. Yeah, I can waste an hour just scrolling through that. No problem at all. But you're supposed to, you get all this advice from people and you watch videos.
It's a full-time job
and whatnot. And they're like, you should do 2 shorts a day. And I'm like, 2 shorts a day? I was doing it, but they take time.
Yeah, and
that's what
it's
I'm
like
saying.
you
I
put so much
need
time
to
into a
find
video,
me a 15-year-old girl with a cell phone.
Nobody will see it. And then it's like the silliest one is going to take off, and it's not the one that you were hoping would take off, because as an artist, you want to push your art. And so it makes it hard to capture the world's attention in a 15-second video. Yeah.
I felt so bad because I ran out of things to post.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I'm like, but wait a second.
Repurpose the content.
I've got 1,500 interviews I've done. You know what I mean? Let's just make some reels out of an old one. Call it and slap. Yeah, and I just slap classic podcast on there, and we're good. But anyway, I downloaded the episode I wanted. This friend of mine, and she's a great folk pop singer-songwriter. And we were talking. It was Asteroid Day. I do my blog, and I have whatever day of the informal holiday is, and it was Asteroid Day. So I'm like, and she has a song about great song called Asteroids and Chaos. And so she was talking about it, and I'm like, okay, this will make a good clip. And then I could attach the video if people want to watch it and give her a little nudge. And so I did. And then the other one, I don't know, I was talking about Johnny Cash, trains off in the distance late at night or whatever, and how lonely that sounds. And I posted the 2 shorts, and I figured she's the pretty girl and she's on there, and it's, of course, that one's going to go off. That's shooting fish in a barrel. No, the Johnny Cash one got, and this, I know somebody like you get millions of
that sounds about right.
This one got But for me, it was a big deal.
You never know. You just gotta. I feel like you just gotta enjoy the content you're creating. And
the one I thought was gonna do well,
put it out into the universe.
I'm like, I guess I'm not the person to figure that out. You know, I was so annoyed. But I'm telling you, I know it's crazy. It's crazy. I'm not that good with this technology stuff. I have a little memory stick that I use to transfer like pics and stuff from one computer to the other computer. I should just connect them, but I don't know. I don't know why I don't. But I guess I had this memory stick and it was great and I loved it. And it has all this cool stuff, all these ideas I had for this year's Christmas painting, all this stuff. And for some reason, it just decided the other day to stop working. And so I'm trying to watch YouTube videos to get the information off how to make a memory stick work again. Beyond me. And so I was telling my wife, who's pretty good with this stuff, and she's like, I guess you're just going to have to come up with some new ideas. Like, that isn't helping, dear. That isn't helping at all. I saved these ideas on the memory stick, so I wouldn't have to come up with new stuff. Anyway. So you're busy. I know that you're doing some live performance. Is this like a full-fledged tour or is it just here and there? Because I'm seeing videos and stuff or shorts or whatever.
Yeah. I mean, I just got back from Summerfest in Milwaukee, which was so cool. Like that biggest show that I've ever done. And I feel like that was like a really big, what's it called? Like full circle moment for me. Because I was like sharing the same stage as some of my favorite artists. And then I'm like backstage with them and I'm like, this is crazy because I'm just me. What do you mean? How am I here performing on the same stage as them? But it was just like one of those moments where you're like, okay, take a minute to be proud of like how far you've come. Because I feel like I just am always, I got to do more. You know what I mean? So that was really cool. But it's not a full-fledged tour, really. I have a few shows lined up. Like I did Baltimore Pride and then I did Summerfest. And then at the end of the month, I'm back in New York City. I'm actually putting on a show, hosting a show with some of my favorite local artists in New York. So that will be fun. But I don't know, like a full-fledged tour, but I feel like you can't really count that as one because I get to go home and relax in between. I feel like tours when you're just like in a van out of a suitcase, you know what I mean?
It's got to be a drag too, because if you're anything like my wife, when you travel, she has suitcases upon suitcases and she takes everything she could possibly need, she thinks. But there's always something that gets left at home. Sometimes it's left.
That's why I have a checklist. I have a travel checklist.
Nice. That's smart.
Oh, no.
That's smart.
My travel checklist is my best friend. It's like a tour checklist. It's got all the things I'm going to need because I feel like the worst thing for me about traveling is packing. I get stressed out because I'm like, I'm going to forget something and then you switch to make. So I like have my checklist. So I'm like, whatever. It makes it way easier for me.
Absolutely. My wife came home from work today, and this was just a little bit ago, maybe half hour or something. And she's, look what I got today. I got myself a present. And I'm like, okay, what'd you get? Because I have no idea. This could be literally it could be a scented candle. It can be a crystal. It could be a whatever. And she pulls out this like little case thing that's, I don't know, maybe a little smaller than a laptop case, but it's cushy, but it's also hard, if that makes any sense. And she opens it up and there's a mirror in it. She goes, watch this. And she touches the mirror and it all lights up and everything. And she's got places for all of her makeup and everything in there. I'm like, wow, that's Jane Bond's type stuff. I was pretty impressed. And then you have to understand, ladies and gentlemen, my wife is also part Italian. So just having the thing wasn't enough. She also told me what she paid for it and all the savings, and she got this % off and that % off. And so it was a win-win all the way around. She was very pleased and happy, and that makes me pleased and happy. Yeah, exactly. Now, since the last time you've been on, which hasn't been that long, I don't know, 6 months, something like that, you have been dropping stuff down, new tracks and whatnot that are just phenomenal. They always are. Are. I think it's been longer than 6 months because I don't think the election had happened yet.
Oh, sorry.
We were pumped, baby. We were pumped.
Yeah, no, that was this has been an insane couple of 6-7 months.
Weathered that storm.
Extremely challenging. And I don't say that in a negative way, but like obviously the election and everything that's happened surrounding whatever is going on. And one thing, I just feel like the world is in a weird place. Like there's a lot of people who are struggling in different ways, whether it be like just being anxious about all the new laws or like financially because everything is crashing. So I feel like it's been an interesting, it is going to get worse. But you know what? The way I'm thinking of it is like, it's a chance to grow and learn and find your people and come out stronger and figure out how to combat the new world, whatever you want to call it. So I feel like in a weird way, there's like a sense of renewal for me. It sounds weird because I'm like, I don't want to make positive of some of the horrible things. Like I'm not trying to negate that, but I do think that it's a good time to, I don't know,
Absolutely.
Find your peace in this.
One of the things I love, you can tell if there's some, I don't know, there's probably some guy in a room somewhere that keeps track of what I watch on YouTube. And I hope he's entertained because I certainly am. I love a comeuppance video. Some Karen will be going off or something, and then karma shows up and stuff happens. And I think there's going to be a lot of comeuppance videos.
It's about 3 minutes?
In the future, I predict. With all
this
this
3 minutes.
political stuff.
Fuck around and find out.
I know everybody's what is it? The FOFB? I'm trying to use the algorithm or the abbreviation. Yeah. No, we've passed it. We're good. Yeah, the fuck around and find out shit. Because there certainly are. And I feel bad for the people in a way, but I feel bad in a generic way. But specifically, some of these people, it's hard to have empathy for them. I'm sorry you're going through something, but you can't just walk up to a gorilla and slap him across the face and not expect him to react.
I think all the people suffering is horrible, but at the same time, I definitely don't understand how people are acting surprised. Like he said was going to do, he's doing, and people are just like, "Wow, I can't believe he did that." I'm like, "Were you not paying attention in class?" Like, repeated multiple times.
Yeah, it was an open book test. Come on, it's very evident. I'm down here in southeast Florida, Miami, Fort Lauderdale area, and yeah, there's a lot of it going on here. Well, I didn't vote for it. Yes, you did. Sorry. Yeah.
You literally did.
Yeah.
You did vote for it. Yes, you did. You voted for it. You did. There's plenty of warning signs and there's plenty of chances for you to change your mind and to see the true character of this human being. But you did. So
and I get that a lot of them were trying to cosplay being Caucasian. I don't know why you'd want to, but whatever. And it didn't work out so well for him. I was talking to an elderly gentleman, someone older than me at least, not by too much, but a little bit, the other day, and we were talking about this. And I said, that class doesn't seem to like white people, or people that pretend to be white, I should say. They like white people, but they don't like people that pretend to be white. And I said, every really wealthy person I've ever known, you know what really bugs the shit out of them? And he was like, what? And I'm like, people, upper middle class people that think they're wealthy. It just really offends it. If you're going on cruise ships, you'll never see a wealthy person on a cruise ship. You know what I mean? I said, so keep your head down when they start coming after you. You know, because first class doesn't want to hang, is all I'm saying. At least I don't know. Paytra, between you and me, everybody keeps asking me, they're like, is this going to affect your business? I'm like, it does in limited ways, but my business, all art is playing cards for rich people. So as long as there's rich people that want to show off to other rich people, I'm okay. I weathered the 2008 recession. And it's weird because the worse it seems to get for everybody, the more the wealthy want to show off. It's a weird thing. And
so kind. Okay.
But I'm like one of those little fish that attach themselves to or swim right next to the shark.
There you go.
You know, that's my business. I'll never get my own infinity pool, but I can enjoy yours or somebody else's, I guess. But yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. So you've been traveling back and forth, and you've been doing some West Coast and Midwest stuff, Milwaukee. How are you liking? Are you noticing? Is everybody? Because you're very aware of trends, the zeitgeist of where you're at. That's something you always talk about it in your music, in your art, and something that I really respect about you is you have a good beat on things, on the pulse of wherever it is you are. Have you know? Is it in general a very similar pulse? People are like, "What the fuck?" Or is it different in different places?
I mean, are you talking about
you've noticed,
trends, like cultural trends in general, like trends, or both? Oh, yeah. I think for me, like in the city, at least in my experience, I feel like I am in a bubble a little bit. Like you are just surrounded by people who think the way you do, and that's like a nice place to be because everybody likes to be agreed with. But like, people are affected by everything are your neighbors and your friends and your, I don't like partners. Like these are like we're all in that. And I think when you leave your bubble, you get a little bit more of a slap in the face of wow. I didn't think it was real. Like I didn't think people were really that shallow or that just hateful. Like there's no other word for it. And it is a little bit uncomfortable. But I will say too, like even some of the small towns, I haven't gone to Baltimore. I think that the good people outweigh the bad people always. At least for me, like I tell myself before I get on stage and I share my message, I'm just like, who's out there, regardless if they agree with me or not, like I'm sharing this because this is what matters to me and this is what's important to me, especially now. So I just go, you know what, I'm gonna share it. What you get? If you don't have to say, then I probably don't like you either. That's been my take on it.
Exactly. That's how I am. I said something the other because I don't really rant and rave too bad. I don't want to be that old person, but I throw my little zingers. I'm still Gen X. I'll throw a little zinger in that makes somebody probably rethink something. But somebody asked me the other day, they were like on, I think it was Instagram or something, somebody that I went to high school with. So they're my age. And they're like, by saying that, aren't you worried that you're eliminating half of your audience? And I'm like, no, because they weren't going to buy a painting from me either anyway. And I really don't care if I lose because there's other people who do want to buy stuff. So I'm not concerned in the least.
I just find it hard to not talk about it. And I would rather just say what's on my mind and lose whatever. It's funny because I feel like the industry is so mixed. Like some people are like, art is political and artists should be judges. Not necessarily like preaching on their social media about their political beliefs or anything, but music and the way that we express ourselves and the things that inspire us, it's oftentimes political. I don't know how it's not for a lot of people, my preference, but there's a lot of mixed reviews where it's, oh, you shouldn't be talking about politics, keep it light, you're just, and I'm like, that's crazy. It's like that makes sense. That makes sense when we're talking about, oh, they're going to raise taxes, or, oh no, I disagree with this new policy on crypto. No, we're not talking about that. We're talking about they are ripping people off the streets. My friends who I love are hiding. No, I'm not going to be quiet. And if anybody tells me to, I'm like, frankly, I don't care. I don't even want to work with them. That's crazy. Being quiet is wild. That's wild to me right now.
I always thought crazy. The revolution would come about. Probably, I thought a war or something will be at the base of it, and it is in a way. That's part of it. But I didn't realize it would be a social class uprising as the driving force. People are like, oh, it's so politicized now. Everything's so politics. And I'm like, I don't know if it's so politics. I think it is to an extent, but I think there's a moral and ethical disconnect between the two sides. People are seeing horrendous things and they're objecting to it, or they're egging it on, which I think is just crazy.
The Trump administration did something brilliant, not in a good, I'm not praising it, obviously. I'm just saying this is what they did. They found the pain points and insecurities of a very specific few demographics of people in America, and they exploited it for their own political gain. And of course, in everything in history, every disgusting human atrocity that we've witnessed in history, it has always come back to pointing the blame at the poor people or the immigrants. That's it. That's what they always do. And it, for whatever reason, always works. We never stop and think, maybe these people aren't the problem. Maybe the poor people aren't the problem. Maybe it's them. It's like repeating history, and it's just frankly so exhausting.
That humanity is still so tribal. I'm like, there's been civilization for a lot longer, but Western civilization I'm referring to for a couple thousand years. And we've went from throwing spears at elk to being able to go to the moon in that period. That's a pretty good leap. And emotionally, we're still just a tribal bunch of idiots going, the girls in my tribe are prettier than the girls in, shut up. No, let's have a fight about it. Or this person, my food tastes better than this. It's just so stupid. And in the middle of that, it's easy to get sucked into that quicksand. And then you hear like a good piece of music. The other day I don't know, you might have been one of the young people somebody young told me this a while back. And because I was getting depressed, like down. I was not enjoying any of this. And they said, you got to quit doom scrolling, Jamie. You got to quit. You got to take a break every so often because you're just reading article after article and video after video, and you're doom scrolling. And that's a lot of negativity you're taking in at one time. And so I try to limit myself. I make a conscious effort not to do that now. But I was doing it the other day to an extent. And I'm watching all this shit. And I'm watching, I don't know, some video about Ukrainian drones using thermite to melt Russian tanks. Typical guys, as you do. And then the next video closed that, and the next video popped up on YouTube. And it was Beethoven's Ninth. And I said, this is needed. This is needed. I needed this little jolt of
there you go.
Whatever.
Maybe a little bit more positive, right?
In the mess. But I do find that with your music. But one of the things that I love about your music and about you, your brand is inclusion. And I hear one of your tracks, and we're going to play some of them here. But I think to myself, there's a 15-year-old kid in Dubuque, Iowa or someplace, and he's hearing this track or she's hearing this track, and they're not as alone as they don't feel as alone as they did 5 minutes ago before they heard it. And as an artist speaking to an artist, I'm just saying, I find that very commendable. I think that's important.
Thank you.
And I'm very sincere when I say that. You're a fantastic artist. You're just really good.
Thank you. I think it's important to find your confidence and your happiness in the fight. Because that's what we're all in. And I feel like we're going to be in for a long time, is the fight. And I think if you can find like a sense of joy in it and almost obviously community, then the fight becomes a little easier. You become a little bit more motivated and inspired, and that's how history's changed. I think it's all about using our voice, and everybody has a different way of doing that. Some people might make music and be super loud, middle fingers in the air like me on social media, but some people might just be like talking to their neighbors and their friends in real life, and like some people might be just being kind at a coffee shop, or like we all have our own way of doing that in the world. I think music obviously is mine, and that's what I always have hoped to do.
I always tell like the kids, I shouldn't say kids because I do have a couple, I don't want to use the word students. I mentor a couple people in their art business. I don't teach them how to paint. I teach them how to work in art business. And I always tell them though, because you always hear, you do anything long enough, you hear the same things. And usually younger people say, I don't know what to paint. And I'm like, in art, you have two avenues. That's it. You have two choices. It all breaks down to two things. You either comment on the world or you distract the world. It's one or the other.
Ooh.
And they're both equally as important, because people, just like me with the Beethoven piece, I needed that. Somebody may need your painting of a sunflower. I don't know. But isn't it great that if they do, that it's out there, they can access it?
Yeah.
But yeah, like I said, you've put out some new stuff, because I think the world's about to get crazy, and Slay were the two tracks. I should look this up beforehand, but I'm pretty sure, if memory serves me right, that those were the two. But I heard one you did before, or about the same period, and I've been posting that on the lead up to the show. The All Kinds of Bitches. I love that track. And you've got Hustler.
Oh, yeah. That's a fun one.
Freak Flag Parade. And I like Good Girls Don't Make History. I like them all. What should we hit people with first?
Maybe All Kind of Bitches. I feel like that's a fun one.
Okay. And these are...
I like that one.
Now, these are all... I know these are the official audios we're playing, and they have some cool stuff with them. But these are all available. They're out. People can buy these.
Yeah, streaming. Any streaming platform or anywhere you get music.
Nice.
They should be there. And if they're not, let me know.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
They should be.
Everybody, this is Paytra. Yeah. That's why we have it. That's one of the great things about all the social media is you get feedback. You know what I mean? Okay, everybody, this is All Kinds of Bitches. Paytra. Check it out. Here it is.
All kind of bitches got all kind of soul. It's not always pretty being in control. No pep in the talk, cause you already know it. All kind of bitches got all kind of soul. All kind of bitches got all kind of soul. It's not always pretty being in control. You walk in the room like you already own it. All kind of bitches got all kind of soul. Stop what you're doing and listen up. To all my bitches in the world, you are beautiful. You can be a sad bitch, mad bitch, all about the bag bitch. Big fat ass bitch, a tiny little savage. My girl, she's a quiet bitch. When you make her mad, she's a going start a right bitch. 5'2" with an attitude. A tall bitch with some big boobs. Sweeter than a falsetto. Every shape and color a kaleidoscope. You shine like a starry night Van Gogh. But you're beautiful. Africa and NYC. Thailand through Japan down to the Philippines. Them Indian girls and the Latin queens. But you're beautiful. All kind of bitches got all kind of soul. Always pretty being in control. No pep in the talk, cause you already know it. All kind of bitches got all kind of soul. All kind of bitches got all kind of soul. It's not always pretty being in control. You walk in the room like you already own it. All kind of bitches got all kind of soul. Stop what you're doing and never forget. All the bitches in the world who are running it. You can be a glam bitch, man bitch. Type to throw your hands bitch. Sweeter than jam, always spicy hot damn bitch. Maybe you're a CEO bitch, or maybe you're a superhero mama stay-at-home bitch. High heels with a tight dress, a sweatpants with a hammer miss. Sweeter than a falsetto, every shape and color a kaleidoscope. You shine like the starry night Van Gogh. But you're beautiful. China to the Middle East, European bitches down in southern Greece. Them Caribbean girls with an island breeze. But you're beautiful. All kind of bitches got all kind of soul. It's not always pretty being in control. No pep in the talk, cause you already know it. All kind of bitches got all kind of soul. All kind of bitches got all kind of soul. It's not always pretty being in control. You walk in the room like you already own it. All kind of bitches got all kind of soul. Whoever you are, wherever you come from, you deserve love, you're made with perfection. All I know is that you're beautiful, beautiful, yeah, yeah. The giver of life, the feminine bloodline. Can't measure your worth by the size of your waistline. It don't matter cause you're beautiful, beautiful, yeah, yeah. Some are mothers, some are sisters and lovers. All I know is that you're beautiful, beautiful, yeah, yeah. Just come as you are. All kind of bitches got all kind of soul. It's not always pretty being in control. No pep in the talk, cause you already know it. All kind of bitches got all kind of soul. All kind of bitches got all kind of soul. It's not always pretty being in control. You walk in the room like you already own it. All kind of bitches got all kind of soul.
And we're back, ladies and gentlemen. We are back. How about that? That's a great track. All Kind of Bitches. I like it a lot. And
all of them.
All of them. It mentions all of them.
All of them.
Yeah, and it's very empowering. That's another thing I really like about a lot of your music too, is relatability. I know there's women out there that are feeling it. They're like, hey, yeah, I'm there with you, Paytra. Thanks for being with me. I think that's good. I think that's good. Oh my gosh.
Love that.
I remember about a year ago, I can't remember the artist's name, but they played her a lot on Sirius FM just because I heard it a lot in the car. My wife loves that the pop hits or 2 hits for 1 or whatever it is on Sirius in the car, and it was "Girls Can Be Players Too" was the name of the track. And man, my wife sang that for about a month.
Yeah.
Especially when
That's a good
something
one. I
was
like that
vexing
one.
her. All of a sudden, that song would come out. I just laughed.
That's beautiful.
Good for you. But yeah, and it's there you go. Anyway, but I can see a lot of people getting into your stuff now, and really, it's like your tagline. I love your tagline. I put it on the web flyer, but it's the "For the girls, gays, and theys," and I'm like, that's brilliant. That is brilliant. Why is
I didn't invent that. But I do love that, and I do think that's relevant. Yes.
Absolutely. You're playing prides and stuff like that. Obviously, there's a market. I'm sure they eat you up. You have to, because attitude and looks. Come on, that's success right there for anybody.
For the girls, gays, and theys. The girls, gays, and theys.
Yeah, it's fantastic. Now you have some people joining you. I don't know if they're going to continue on upcoming shows, but I know on the last couple shows, these are backup vocalists and dancers, or just dancers, or I don't know. They look great.
Yeah, no, they are great. The girls that were on the last show, Summerfest, is Angie. She's awesome. She's been with me for a while. She's a dancer. And then Sarah, who's one of my best friends, and she's also the choreographer. They're fantastic. I love touring them. And you probably saw Mads too. Mads is my drummer.
Nice.
She's badass, super cool. And yeah, no, it's super fun touring with those girls because I don't know, it's like a girls' weekend every time we go to a show, but we're working, you know?
Like I said, ladies and gentlemen, we have links, clickable links, all down in the description here, and it's awesome. I really like this Beacons AI domain that you're on as well, with all your links and everything. Yeah.
Oh, Beacons. Cool is that? Beacons AI. Yeah.
That's not your grandpa's link tree, ladies and gentlemen. I notice these things. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, it's kick-ass.
I appreciate that.
That's cool. So let me ask you now, with a tour, I imagine there's a lot of prep work involved in that. Getting your live show down, costumes, logistics. Just because you got 3 people joining you. Their schedules have to align. 4. Yeah, so see, that's
4 or 5 usually 4 or 5.
And all these people,
sometimes 6
have to
actually.
be available. You know what I mean? And
yeah,
got
it's
lives,
something.
They're all doing stuff. I'm not saying they're not professional, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, part of being professional is being available, but it's just, I know there's a lot that goes on that nobody ever sees. That Paytra just doesn't roll into town, jump off the plane, and hit the stage.
Although I wish I could. I wish I could.
Those, like those old 70s rock stars. You always see those videos where they forget what town they're in. Hello, Cleveland. You're in St. Louis.
Yeah, that's my spirit animal. I don't want to know where I'm at. I just want to perform. But unfortunately, I know way too much.
Oh, man.
I got all the confirmation codes. I have all the flight tickets. I'm responsible.
It's crazy.
I don't want to know all that. I don't want to know all that.
How Ticketmaster works and one of the VPNs, I don't want to say the name of it, but how they're selling the data from European households to buy tickets to scalp and all. I'm like, geez, Louise, this is not good. And then they were talking about the numbers, the money involved. And I'm like, oh, well, of course, that's billions of dollars. I'm not surprised in the least. Some unscrupulous activity would happen. But yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. The cool thing about festivals, too, is like we were talking off mic and you were saying how you found the experience of performing at an event with some musical heroes.
Yeah.
Yours, you know what I mean? And here you are at the same.
It was really cool. I didn't get to meet all of them, most of them actually.
That's got to be surreal too.
I did meet like a lot of their team, and just like sharing the stage and like being like Summerfest posted my photo. It was like our lineup, like our day 5 lineup, and it's like my face next to some of my favorites. Like I'm a huge fan of Gashi. He's like a rapper singer. He's an artist. That's what I would say, because he does it all. But yo, being at the same festival as him, I was like, that's crazy. Because I remember seeing a concert and being like, yo, I would love to do a song with this person. And then just to share a stage or be on the same flyer as him, that's crazy to me. So shout out to Gashi. Shout out to Summerfest.
Yeah. I'm telling you. Yeah, how cool is that? And ladies and gentlemen out there watching and listening and stuff, just imagine whatever it is you do. I don't know what you do,
cool.
But whatever it is you do,
I'm still
being able to
still
hang
riding
out
the
with
high.
people that inspire you.
I'm never gonna let that one. I'm never gonna die that one down.
Pretty impressive.
I'm always gonna be like, yeah,
cool.
I perform with Gashi.
No. The funny thing is, and this, I always laugh about this because I know I've been around long enough to know. I was at a party one time, and some guy was at the party, and he was older than me, but he was talking about how he saw Guns N' Roses play at some little theater way back in the day before they hit. And everybody at the party were eye rolling, going, no, you didn't. No,
oh, wow.
You didn't, man. No, you didn't. And then he pulled out some Polaroids, not even pictures on a phone, Polaroid pictures. He took a Polaroid camera, and everybody was like, ooh. And I know the same thing's going to happen with me. I'm going to be like, yeah, I had Paytra on my show a couple times. She's on. And they're like,
oh, man.
whatever, Jamie, whatever. Taylor Swift's star waned, and then Paytra's rose. Come on. You don't know her. I'm going to be like, yeah,
thank you.
Well, here's the podcast.
Ooh.
It's
okay.
going to happen, Paytra. It's going to happen. I'm telling you. If you were a horse, I'd be betting on you, is what I'm saying. And winning. Getting that infinity pool. Anyhow, let's play the next track. Should we go with Freak Flag
Let's do Good Girls.
Parade,
I feel like
Hustler?
that's a nice top off after.
Good Girls Don't Make History.
Yeah,
Whatever you want.
Let's top off with some Good Girls.
Awesome. Yeah, absolutely. Everybody, this is Paytra. Good Girls Don't Make History.
No worries.
Today we all gonna break the rules of this society. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Sit back and watch me. I'ma show you how to be bad. I feel so free, making everyone mad. Today we all gonna break the rules of this society. Let's go, 'cause I know good girls don't make history. Stand up and look around. We all can wear the crown. Get loud, 'cause I believe good girls don't make history. Be true to who you are. We all can reach the stars. Get loud, 'cause I believe good girls don't make history. Good girls don't make history. Since we were just little girls, they teach us never to be headstrong. They well in their world, but they got it all wrong. Today we liberate all us girls from their misogyny. Let's go, 'cause I know good girls don't make history. Stand up and look around. We all can wear the crown. Get loud, 'cause I believe good girls don't make history. Be true to who you are. We all can reach the stars. Get loud, 'cause I believe good girls don't make history. We all can stick together. We rule the world forever. 'Cause I promise good girls never. Good girls don't make history. Let's go kicking down these doors. We're never open for us. Said it was before. Girls don't make history. Stand up and look around. We all can wear the crown. Get loud, 'cause I believe good girls don't make history. Be true to who you are. We all can reach the stars. Get loud, 'cause I believe good girls don't make history. Good girls don't make history. Good girls don't.
And we're back, ladies and gentlemen. We are back. That was Good Girls Don't Make History. It's very true. Very cool. Let me ask you, Paytra, when you in your songwriting process, do you come up with a few lyrics at first or a general idea for a song and then write that down and come back to it and work it out? Or is it a combination of all of that? Okay. It's the music.
I'm never a lyrics first type of gal, to be honest with you. I get obsessed with like a feeling of a song. I gotta build a feeling, a vibe first. Because to me, I don't know, I'm a lyric junkie, like I'm super obsessed with my lyrics, but I always need to build like the right vibe and let the song tell me what it's about. Because I like feel and express myself through music. Like I love a song or a track that just makes you want to, yeah. And it's not anything about the lyrics. The lyrics are part of it, but it's about the vibe of the track. And then to me, it brings out a certain side. And I think that's why my songs are like so fun and maybe like less, like I don't write depressing music because I'm never like starting depressed and writing a depressing lyrics. I'm always trying to create this fun, energetic vibe and then writing from there because I don't want to be depressed. I'm definitely like a vibe music person first and then lyrics. And then melody and then lyrics.
It works fantastic. I always tell people this too, in any kind of art that you're doing, find your zone, find your groove, and then ride that wave, baby, until something changes and you got to find a different groove and then ride that wave. But yeah, you have to, but I get what you're saying with the vibe. Totally. There's a lot of time people, it's funny because they'll look at one of my paintings, one of my just BS but common paintings, and they're like, oh, like this painting behind me. They're like, you did that woman's face for, no, I did the background for, I knew there would be a woman in there. I knew it would be a Jamie painting, glamorous women up to no good. Of course there's going to be a woman in there. No, I wanted the vibe of the background. I was in a vaporwave mood, and that's what I wanted to do. That's the direction I wanted to take. But yeah, you got to create a vibe.
Yeah, I think
absolutely.
The biggest mistake is overthinking art.
You'll never get done.
And never overthink art. Like
exactly.
Everything else is easy to overthink. No, overthinking is reserved for every other part of life. But art should just be a vibe, like an expression of a feeling, in my opinion. I'm sure there's no wrong or right way to do art, but
you're doing it
that's the way I do it.
Absolutely. Because you're 100% right. And people are, yeah, and it's weird too, because when you pick what you're doing in your genre, in your whatever it is you're doing, like I have never painted a painting of Taylor Swift or Marilyn Monroe that didn't sell immediately. It's like an ATM card. It's money in the bank. And I've had people ask me, I've said that before, and they're like, why aren't you painting Taylor Swift every day? And I'm like, because I can't do that, because that won't sustain. It might for a couple paintings, but you have to. And the thing is, I can't put paintings of Taylor Swift on a beach towel. This gal, she's going to be on shot glasses and everything else in our merch. Let me ask you, the great thing about that.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
I had to paint her, but the great thing about merch is that's just a money pump that keeps going for as long as you got the merch out there. You know what I mean? It doesn't end. And I like that. I like passive income. It's a good thing. Now, I was looking, and do you do merch for your shows and stuff? Because there's so many good things you do.
I do. I have vinyls. I have some CDs. I had a few T-shirts.
Oh.
I'm like in the middle of revamping and preparing for this next era, if you will. So I'm definitely gonna have some more merch. But yeah, I think it's hard, like for artists to travel with merch too. It's like it like requires so many people, and I'm like, I don't have enough people to like, you know what I mean? So it depends on the show.
Yeah, it's a pain in the ass. When I lived in San Diego, we did San Diego Pride every year, and by that, I wasn't on stage or anything like you do, but I would rent a few booths and have a bunch of paintings for sale and stuff, and be live painting in there. And big surprise, all my paintings of Marilyn Monroe and Madonna and stuff the gays ate that up. They love that shit. And I love that. I love that they love it. But one year I said, I'm going to bring in merch. It's when I first started doing merch. And so we had this 3 booths connected. And I brought in all these T-shirts. Now, what I didn't realize is, from my background, we'll say a rock and roll background, even though I listen to all kinds of music. Growing up, everybody would want a big shirt. They'd want a big concert shirt. That's where my thinking was at. And my thinking was wrong, ladies and gentlemen, because at the Pride, the them, theys, and the gays, they go to the gym 5 times a week. They don't want to cover that up with a big bulky t-shirt. They want something fitted and tight, show that shit off. And I showed up with all these big t-shirts. None were selling. And so I called our merch supplier.
Oh, nice.
And I
okay,
said,
so
and
you got
it was a big thing. They printed me up a bunch of new sizes that night and FedEx them down. You remember those commercials when it absolutely has to be there overnight? It was expensive, but we did that and we sold out in 45 minutes. So you have to know your, oh yeah. But I had those, man, it took me forever to sell all those oversized shirts that I eventually did, but not at the Pride events. But yeah, you got to know your crowd and whatnot. Hey, on a personal note, I have to ask you, I'm over here, I'm looking at your Instagram pages and whatnot, and anybody who's seen any pictures of Paytra, one of her signatures, I think, is she is a fingernail gal. You have amazing fingernails. And growing up, my stepmother was, I'm just saying, I'm looking at the press pictures here. My stepmother had real long nails, and she was amazing. I was always super impressed with the mechanics of it because she could dial a phone, she could do anything, and it wasn't a hindrance at all. And it seems you give the impression in all these pictures that you're the same way. You can navigate having long talent, no problem. Is that an image, or is that a little bit of truth to that?
Yeah, for the most part, I think I can do.
I gotcha.
I can do a lot of nails, but they are press-ons. So I'll let you imagine how sometimes a nail can go flying, and I let it happen. But yeah, they're cute. They're cute. I like to have long nails, but I'm not patient enough to go to the nail salon and do it the right way. So they're always press-ons, I'm gonna be honest.
My wife does the same thing. I'm not paying $200 to get a manicure. It ain't gonna happen. Yeah, and she doesn't have the time for that either. That's the other thing. It's getting her hair dyed or touched up or whatever. That's like a 5-hour process. When it's planned out, she's okay. I've been planning for this for 2 months now. It has to happen. But I probably shouldn't be saying that on the air. But yeah, I'm always impressed with the beauty routines that women go through. I appreciate it. I'm never one of those guys. I know guys like this too that complain that their gals take too long. I'm like, what? You want to walk into the club with somebody nobody notices? I look like a toad. I want the best looking person with me ever. I'm not complaining. That's my secret weapon. It's very true. It's very true. Very true. Very cool. Last track we're going to play tonight. Should we do Hustler? Freak Flag
I feel like Hustler's a good hype
one. To get crazy. Okay, I like this one. Absolutely. And I like the picture on YouTube here. It's a great picture, great image. Yeah, I'm a visual guy. I look at stuff like that. I overlook at stuff like that. I'm like the Terminator. I'm like, we go to an art gallery or something, I'm looking at paintings, like scanning them just to figure out how I can recreate this or that or whatever. Here it is, everybody. This is Paytra Hustler. Check it out.
Hustler, but she never trust her. I keep breaking hearts and making money like a gangster. She do it like that. Get it? Yeah, she do it like that. Get it? By the way she move it, she know what she doing. Always got a plan, she live a life that gets her moving. She do it like that. Get it? Yeah, she do it like that. Get it? She got her mind on the money and she's betting on herself. Back it up, generation wealth. Then put all the girls on. Then bring all the girls along. She got her mind on the money and she's betting on herself. Back it up, generation wealth. Then put all the girls on. Then bring all the girls along. She knows just what she wants, and she's out to get it. She depends on no one, cause she independent. She knows just what she wants, and she's out to get it. She depends on no one. Hustler, but she never trust her. I keep breaking hearts and making money like a gangster. She do it like that. Yeah, she do it like that. By the way she move it, she know what she doing. Always got a plan, she living life like it's a movie. She do it like that. Yeah, she do it like that. She is healthy, she is wealthy, all the things she manifests. See, and all the colored veggies squatting heavy like she's stressed. She letting go of energies that make her second guess. Then she book herself a spa day so a bitch can decompress. Namaste, stay away from the queen cause she wanna stack it up while protecting her peace. There's 24 hours and she's working 18. She gon' build an empire, then hands over the key. Then put all the girls on, then bring all the girls along. Then put all the girls on. Hustler, but she never trust her. I keep breaking hearts and making money like a gangster. She do it like that. Yeah, she do it like that. By the way she move it, she know what she doing. Always got a plan, she living life like it's a movie. She do it like that. Yeah, she do it like that. Hustler.
And we're back, ladies and gentlemen. We are back. That was Hustler. Paytra. What a track. I dig that a lot. I could see that movie or that track like a movie or something.
I hope so. I'm available. Call me.
That's what you need. You need some of that John Wick money.
Oh, wow.
I got John Wick on the brain. I just watched that ballerina the other day. I'm like, people were bitching about it, but I liked it. I thought it was great. But I'm a boy. I like those action films. Just you can't be surprised at that, folks. Anyway, very cool. Now we were talking a little bit just now off mic. You got some tracks that are in the process. They're being flushed out and whatnot and polished up and everything. As a fan, as a big fan of yours, I'm not trying to put you on the spot, but
a month or two.
A couple months? 6 months?
That's the goal. Yeah, over the summer. Yeah. That will be ideal.
Nice.
Yes. I'm excited.
That's what I want to hear. Fantastic. Yeah. I know you're going to be spending some more time out west and stuff. That's just some behind the scenes stuff, folks, that you don't know about that we were talking about. But I think that's great. The cool thing about out west is you've got that whole side of the country.
Lots to see.
From San Francisco to Vegas, LA to San Diego. Lots of venues.
I'm very excited
of things
to explore.
happening. But you're not going to forget.
Oh yeah, New York is my home.
Well, you're still going to be back on the East Coast doing stuff too. It's just Paytra likes to fly, everybody. That's what she loves, airports and all that stuff. I'm teasing. I was talking to somebody the other day and I said, I really want two things from the Star Trek shows. I want the transporter and the food thing, the replicator thing, where you just walk up and say something and it'll make it. Strawberry milkshake. And now I'm going to take it in the transporter and take it to Paris. That's what I think needs to happen. Anyhow.
Thank you.
Very cool, Paytra. You keep doing what you're doing because you're real good at it. You really are. Yeah, absolutely. Last question I'm going to ask you: if there's any young Paytras out there watching this or listening to it, word of advice to them?
I would just say, don't let anybody tell you how to express yourself. So I think at the end of the day, like, it always comes back to what you have to offer. And I feel like a lot of people try to tell you to, oh, you got to do it this way, or you have to sound like this, or you have to look like that. And I just think it's all bullshit. I think the coolest thing about every person is themselves, and they should embrace that. And everything comes together when you just step into your authentic self and let your own thoughts guide you, your soul. That's my advice.
Absolutely. You got to be authentic, man. You got to be you. There's nobody out there like you. If there are, you need to do some course correcting.
Right.
If you're trying to be creative, is all I'm saying. You don't want to be a clone. Anyhow, everybody, thank you. We're going to wrap things up for tonight. Thank you for listening, watching, all that. Yep. And I'm supposed to say this during each one of these now, but I hate when YouTubers say at the beginning of their little things that they do, if you like this episode, and subscribe and all that.
Yeah.
There you go. You know what I mean? You can see how much energy I'm putting behind that. People already know that. Why do people have to, they're going to remind somebody of it? Oh, I forgot. No, it's dumb and it's trite, I think. Anyway, that's my opinion. Hey, everybody, be cool, be kind. And yeah, the world's a weird place. I get it. If you're traveling, don't wind up in a Karen video. This is stuff you should already know. Be kind to people. Be a little patient. The universe sends me lessons in patience daily. And you can't fight it. You just got to embrace it a little bit. Anyway, we'll see you next time, everybody. Have a good one. Paytra, thank you so much for coming on the show. Absolutely. We'll see everybody next time.
This has been pop art painter Jamie Roxx's Pop Roxx Radio Talk Show. It has been executive produced by Jamie Roxx, recorded at his studio in Deerfield Beach in South Florida. All rights reserved by Pop Roxx Limited.
Hannah Oli, Pop Roxx Radio. Estás escuchando Jamie Roxx de Pop Roxx Radio. Manténganse al tanto.
Hej, det här är Hicks från Sverige och ni lyssnar till Pop Roxx Radio med Jamie Roxx.